Okay, so I joined Five Branches University a few months after pandemic, and I joined during the fall 2020 session, and I wasn't able to get the full experience of being at school and meeting the faculty members and the students, but I was able to learn virtually, and we had a virtual orientation and meeting, and it was nice because we were able to see each other on video camera. In Chinese medicine, we are asked to really cultivate our virtuous side. And so when we were studying virtually, you really have to discipline yourself, and you really have to organize and manage your time to be able to get things done while you're at home or while you're at home with family. And I think that's the most challenging part of learning online, and also learning, an ancient medicine online, because it really requires you to think differently and to really change your perspective on what you think of health. Also, like in the Western world, when we're so instilled with this idea that health is a complex idea, in TCM it really teaches us that health is actually not complex. And learning about TCM at 5EU, I was able to understand that it's really just living according to this natural cycle and this natural process of developing. Even though I wasn't able to be in person practicing it clinically, I was able to actually develop this spiritual well-being, or the spiritual side of the medicine itself. Because a lot of the medicine is internal, and oftentimes like people just think that TCM is just the clinical sides, like the herbs and the acupuncture and all the massage and everything, but there's also this this intangible side that isn't really talked about too often. And while we're studying virtually, like a lot of us were asked to really look into ourselves and actually cultivate this inner self that we have. And by doing this, we're able to actually understand and develop ourselves for the medicine and for the future. We are really asked to reflect upon ourselves and see where we're at exactly, because a lot of our stress and a lot of our complications actually arise from the neglect that we have on just our own self. And so studying TCM during the pandemic, I felt was actually very good, because it really forces you to self-reflect. Because if we were just in school or in clinic, we were mainly just focusing on the practical side, which is all the acupuncture, the herbs, and just going out and about. But when we get home, we kind of just relax now, and we do the same things. We go through our same cycle of just living life and doing our 9 to 5, or just that always on the go, and not really sitting down in silence and reflecting. And so after class, after we get out of class virtually, what do we do? Now we go have a meal, we go take care of our family, and then after that we have study time, and then we have downtime. And then all this downtime really asks you to reflect. And when you're reflecting, you use, I use a lot of the TCM philosophies that I've learned, I think subconsciously, just because that's where I'm at in the moment. I also enrolled in a qigong class at 5EU, and I feel like the qigong practice really nurtured this spiritual side of me, and so that also encouraged me to take on the whole series of the medical qigong course. And originally I assumed that it would be just like a typical like exercise course, but it turned out to be a completely transformational series that a lot of us aren't really aware of, because in the course it mainly talks about how we just need to learn how to express ourselves, like truly express our purpose in living and why we're here. And I felt that I was led to Five Branches to fulfill some kind of purpose that I have from many lifetimes ago.